Well, guys, we jumped in over the weekend. We had a closed beta access to Concord from Firewalk. This is the next step for PlayStation with their live service experiences. And it's an interesting journey, I think, is what we're going to get into. I think the story leading into Concord is pretty cool from the character standpoint, right? We're a bunch of misfits, more or less, getting together. It is Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what we're playing, right? I mean, seriously, that's what these characters are really kind of, you get that feel of, okay, that is so-and-so. This is, I'm like, this is Guardians of the Galaxy is what we're getting into. Right out the hop, let's get it out of the way. Are we all recommending this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm recommending this game.
I'm recommending it. So
I'm gonna maybe asterisk it slightly, but we'll get into it. But I am definitely recommending the game.
Yes. Okay, I do too. I'm right there with you.
Establish roots.
But it is a beta. Definitely some things that they gotta work out, right? But we'll get further into that. So let's break it down. What we got was 2 game modes, we'll call them, with different game modes per section, right? So we had Brawl, which set up Trophy Hunt, and then Team Deathmatch, right?
yeah, we'll take down.
Or Takedown, yeah, which is basically Team Deathmatch.
Yeah.
I got stuck playing more Team Deathmatch than I wanted. I really just wanted to play Trophy Hunt. Basically what happens in Trophy Hunt is when you take out your target, they drop a tag, you go get the tag. It's like grabbing a dog tag, like we've done this mode before, right? That's the thing. Yeah, and then on the other side is the rivalry game modes where there are no respawns, right? You don't get a respawn. There's Cargo Run and then Clash Point. Did you guys play any of those? Corey, did you play those?
Yeah, I actually I almost preferred them because it forced me to play different characters each round. Depending on if you won the round, you couldn't repeat using the same character. So I actually kind of enjoyed that one.
What about you, Steve? Did you check those out too?
Yeah, I checked out the Brawl and the Rivalry. I had more fun with the Brawl because the respawn. I think it's just the fact of, like, I don't know if it was the mix match on some of the players, because I know it's still a beta, but I was like unloading a whole clip on someone and it was like they weren't even going down in 2 hits and I'm dead. So the respawn did come in handy for that part. And like you said, it was good to sort of try different characters because it doesn't give you too much because there's a beta. You know, you get the nice cutscene at the beginning, which I liked, and then you're just kind of thrown into it. So to know that you got your primary and secondary weapon and a couple of abilities, like whether it's just a double jump or a triple jump, is how to use each character to the best of his ability. And I guess it also helps as well if you actually do play with your friends and you can actually talk to each other.
Well, without a doubt, right? Communication is always key, especially in a game mode like this, right? How long over the weekend did you guys play, roughly? Corey, what do you think?
I think I got up to like a level 11 or level 10, so I think that was probably, man, it's got to be at least 5-6 hours, I would think, of gameplay over the weekend. It was, no, I really did enjoy my time with it. I think the game itself has got some really good building blocks. Like I said, it scratched that Overwatch itch that I haven't played Overwatch in so long, but this game is in that same realm where it's a 5v5 hero shooter, I guess we can call it. And we have a really good roster of characters.
16 characters.
I don't know if we're going to be getting more, you know, at the full launch. Even if this is what we get at full launch, I think this is actually a pretty good list to start with. There's a lot of variety, but what I did find being able to, especially playing the one game mode where you're actually, it's more like search and destroy, right? One kill and or one death and you're dead and you're waiting for the next round, but you actually get to use the different characters and it makes you kind of switch as you go through and win the different rounds. And for me, I looked at it and I felt like some characters were more, I mean, there's some, you know, there's a little bit of balancing issues, I think, with some of the characters like you guys were talking about. Anybody that really carries a firearm of any kind has a tough time putting anybody down in a clip, which realistically seems a little off, right? Like if I put a whole clip into somebody, especially headshots or, you know, chesting up, that they should be done, right? Especially in a game like this where some of the guns are ARs, which is confusing to me. And then that's where I kind of swayed and started using some of the other characters that had, you know, more, you know, sci-fi style weapons that weren't necessarily just traditional guns. And I found them to be more powerful. So I was able to, you know, kind of find a couple characters that I liked and felt like I was a little bit stronger than if I were using some of the characters that carry just like regular guns. And so there's definitely definitely some balancing things going on, but that's what these weekends are for, right? And I think some people met it with a lot of like disdain, like this game needed to be perfect. Well, this is like a closed beta, like you know, so they're going to take a lot of what the community is saying and hopefully move into this open beta weekend coming up, and hopefully seeing some changes. And then by the time we get the full release, then we're going to be seeing, you know, a more polished version of what we just played. And for me, I honestly think they've got great building blocks here, but there is one big hang up. And Drew, I think I'll leave it to you. Because I think we're all in agreement that this one is, there's something holding this one back.
Yeah. Steve, I want to get your thoughts. How did you feel over the weekend? Was it a good time, bad time, a little mix?
I did have a good time. Like Corey said, I did found the weapons were a little bit unbalanced. I played more TO because I like the grenade and the smoke grenades. Yeah. And you had like your machine gun and your pistol. But then I was getting annihilated with some of a rocket launcher that it takes the time to reload. And because another character I like playing was Lennox, who had like the 6-shooter, but he used to spin his gun round. Yeah. But the reload time was so slow on that. So you fire one shot and he's spins it around and I'm dead.
Yeah.
So it's what it is I'm enjoying the characters, but I'm a bit concerned of is it just gonna be like a one-hit wonder kind of thing of everyone's gonna jump on board like Helldivers 2. Everyone's gonna level up to stupid levels and then it'll be like move on to the next one. It's kind of like that tourist bus when you get off, have a look around the shop, spend your money, then get back on the bus and then move on to the next thing. Yeah,
I do question whether or not Concord has legs. I had a good time over the weekend regardless, right? I'm jumping in. I was excited. I'm going, okay, I'm not playing this right now. And I'm going to go play another round or two of Concord, right? It was always in the back of my mind. But at the end of the time, like I hit level 11 right there with you, Corey. So I was like somewhere around 4 or 5 hours. And at the end of it, I'm like, what's next? Because at that point, playing enough all weekend, I was like, all right, I played Team Deathmatch over and over and over again, right? Get in a rivalry. All right, a little bit different. That's cool. Still same. Kind of done it before. What I do appreciate, though, is the fact that the characters are each individual character. They all have something a little bit unique and special to them, which then plays into the crew. Did you guys understand the crew? Because one thing Concord really lacks is an explanation on how this stuff works and how your ability, like you get a small brief window of this is the character, hit the triangle button, because I was on PlayStation, Steve, you're on PlayStation, Corey, you're on PC. And the way it comes up, and then it gives you a little explanation of the abilities, but when you select the character, you have a small window to see what that is. I would love a practice area where I can dive into, and okay, now I can get familiar with this character and how this works. I used the big woman there with the shield. I thought she was awesome. Slow as molasses, though. Like really, really slow. Like, again, it's supposed to be a tank, but I feel like I'm walking backwards instead of forwards. So there's a couple different things there, right? So again, it was one of those, it's a beta. We'll see what they do before launch. Launch isn't that far away because it's already July. So we have August, September, October, like we're running out of months, right? So we got 4 game modes in there. And at the end of the day, I don't know how you guys felt, but I was like, okay, I'm looking for something else. I know there's story tied to the characters. I'm looking forward to seeing what those are. So when the game menu pops up, we can select play, and then you got 1 category, 2 categories. There's 4 categories. 2 of them were blocked. I don't know if they open up this weekend or they're going to stay blocked, and we're just getting more what we played, right?
Well, the one of them that's blocked, it was capture and defend. So,
oh, the game mode,
Sure. So you can actually see it behind the back, but again,
though, right?
It's been done before. It's been done again before. Yeah. And the other thing as well is each round is about 10 minutes long as well. They're not like quick rounds.
I didn't think it was too bad. You get in there. You have 10 minutes. I'm like, cool. I can get in. I'm not a half hour, right? Like I played. Man, I played Predecessor. I played last night. It was like 45 minutes. I was like, dude, I got on to something else, right? And then you get into Siege, another shooter. If you go 9 rounds, you're 45 minutes. Here with this particular one, 10 minutes, I thought was actually a pretty sweet spot for me to be hitting. No way, no gay. I got 10, 50. Man, I got 20 minutes. I might be able to squeeze in 2 rounds. That's cool. Let's talk about the biggest problem here. You guys ready? This game in Canada is a $50 price tag. Like, you've got to be out of your mind. Like, this is a problem. This is dead on arrival because of the price tag. When you're up against Call of Duty, you're up against Fortnite, Overwatch. There are so many shooters now that have gone the free-to-play model, and then PlayStation wants to put out, I get they want to put out a premium title and charge you for that. We're getting this story mode, something tied to these characters. Nobody quite knows exactly, but not at $50 though. $50, you guys just priced yourselves out. Go ahead, Steve.
And you know there's going to be customization as well. It's not just going to be this. They're going to be milking it as well, and they'll be charging you as well for different outfits. Just a little color tweak here or something like that, different hair. So yeah, as well as paying for that, it'll be a lot of money in the monetization as well, I believe.
Oh yeah. I think on the customization side, Steve, I agree with you. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're going to have to pay for if you want to get it. But if I'm paying $50 for a game, this is just a suggestion. Hopefully they're listening, that I should be getting something for that $50, not just the game that everybody else is getting for their $50. But I want to be able to get skins. I want to be able to earn stuff within the game that doesn't cost me any more money. If you're going to make me pay up front, that's fine. If I'm enjoying the game, I'll be happy to spend $50. But like you said, Drew, every game that rivals this one at this point is free to play, and they have a battle pass. That's where they make their money, and on other shop items and things like that. But it's free to get into. We just played Fragpunk, which I believe is going to be a free-to-play game. X Defiant is a free-to-play game. I mean, all these games that have been coming out lately, understand that to really catch people's attention, well, I've got to be free to be able to get people to just even download your game, right? So $50, like you said, could mean this one is dead on arrival, which is too bad, because I think this is actually a really fun game, but it's going to be tough.
And the games that's been around a little bit longer, as you already know, Drew, the ones you always play quite frequently, Rainbow Six, Apex Legends, you know, PUBG, that kind of stuff. It's
free to play.
Free to play, but it's all the games you jump back into. It's like, oh, what am I going to play now? It's your go-to games. So for Concord to sort of stand out and to be, oh, I'm going to jump into this, that's why I think it's going to struggle with other games already out there with the Overwatch and that.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree, Steve. That is the biggest thing, right? A lot of us do go back to our comfort games at the end of the day. How do they pull us out of that? I don't know if a $50 price tag is enough to pull me away for stuff I've already played in the past. Granted, characters look great. The environments are cool, right? The abilities are cool. The characters have certain aspects and talents to them that are understandable eventually when you get in there. I want to touch real quick on the crew. So this crew, basically there's 16 characters right now. You can add a crew, and what that does, it allows you to line up 12 characters, and as you play and progress through with each of your characters that you picked for your crew, they have a passive ability that then stacks. So when you die in that round, you pick somebody else. That long range shot passive that you had for the previous then gets carried over. So all of a sudden now, if you keep stacking as you progress, there's a lot that kind of opens up for different unique abilities and opportunities that I've never seen in a shooter. Super cool little highlight there. Very, very confusing because it was not explained whatsoever.
No, not at all. No. And I also want to say as well, like, when you change each character, I do like each one levels up as well, whatever you played throughout the match. You know, it's not just the last character you played before you died or the game finishes. It's like if you picked 4 different characters over and over, like differently, they all level up. So I'm curious to see how far the leveling up will go, to how much it'll improve the gameplay and the character you play as.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think the game is cool. There's a lot riding on this, I think, for PlayStation's live service experiences moving forward. And we'll see if this one can catch fire, but $50 has me really worried.
I see more jobs in our future.